Hi compassionate entrepreneurs, my name is Erin Woods and this video is going to be about becoming a booking magnet, and it just might change your business. So let's get started. This is actually a video version of a training that I did, the very first training call that I ever did with Trades of Hope over 3 years ago. And I decided to update it and turn it into a video, make it a little more streamlined. And what's amazing is that it has held the test of time for the past 3 years. This call has been listened to over and over and over again and helped so many compassionate entrepreneurs. So I'm excited that if you're watching this video, maybe you've never heard of this call, but here it is in a video form. So thank you for taking the time out of your business to check out this oldie but goodie. So I'm super passionate about this topic because booking parties is the lifeline of your business. It's the foundation of everything that we do as a home party company, and it's how we change the most lives. And so I've had great success with booking parties and with sales in the last 4.5 years, and I love sharing how to be a booking magnet. It's something that I shared over 3 years ago in the very first training call I ever did with Trades of Hope, and now I'm translating it into a YouTube video with all the same core ideas and honestly the same things I've been doing ever since I started my business. I continue to do, and I continue to see my calendar stay full. So let's learn about being a booking magnet. I am a booking magnet and people want to book parties with me. Now this sounds completely silly, but sometimes mantras and affirmations are just sort of silly sounding, but you know that affirmations and mantras are incredibly important for success in this business because what you tell yourself becomes true. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right 100% of the time. So say to yourself, I am a booking magnet and people want to book parties with me. That is the place to start, is within your own head and in your own mind that you believe that people want to do parties with you. I'm a booking magnet in two main areas, in my daily routine and then at parties. And that's how this video is going to be broken up. So let's start with my day-to-day routine. It was true 3 years ago and it's still true today. Daily disciplines are a huge contributor to my success as a compassionate entrepreneur. I start my day in the right frame of mind, I get dressed, I put on my Trades of Hope jewelry, and I head out into the world with the mindset that I am a booking magnet and that I'm going to meet people during that day that just might want to do parties with me. You come in contact with people all day long in your day-to-day life that are potential hostesses and potential compassionate entrepreneurs. You just have to pay attention, you have to look up, and you have to seek them out. The girl that you got your Starbucks coffee from in the morning, the bank teller, the person at the grocery store, the mom that you talked to after drop off in the morning when you took your kids to school, your kids' teachers, on and on and on. You're going to meet people, and so you want to be a walking billboard for Trades of Hope. Every day when you put on your jewelry or you've got your bag that you're carrying or whatever it is, be prepared to have those conversations with people that you're going to meet, because these are your potential hostesses and potential compassionate entrepreneurs who might want to join your team. You have to always be ready. A great story that I shared originally when I did this training call was when I had a biopsy done. I was at the doctor's office, I was having the procedure, not a super fun way to spend a morning, but I had done my daily, get up, get dressed, and I had put on my Uganda wrap bracelet, which I don't even think we carry anymore, but I put on my Trades of Hope bracelet. I went into the procedure and there was a really nice lady that was taking care of me named Roseanne. And when I put my arm down the hole, I asked her if I needed to take my bracelet off. And she's like, no, leave it on. It's really cute. And I was like, okay. So she had complimented my bracelet. So after the procedure, I was like, well, I have to tell you about my bracelet. So I told her about it, told her about Trades of Hope. And she was like, oh my gosh, I want to do a party. And so she booked a party with me. So make sure you start your day with that mantra. I am a booking magnet. People want to book parties with me. Look up, look around, pay attention to the people that are around you, and be ready with, some kind of trifold or a card or even a link that you can send them. You can ask them real quick if it'd be okay if you texted them something, and then send them a promo video. Be ready, be prepared, and pay attention. That's a huge part of being a booking magnet. I also think one of the most important things that I did very early on in my business was expand out of my circles. To be a booking magnet, you want to be booking parties with people that you've never met. And most of those people you're going to meet at a party. They're going to be friends of friends of friends of friends of friends. And as the circle expands, your business will gain momentum and will carry on for months and years to come. It's so important to expand outside of your circles. When I started my business, I kind of took that to the extreme. I didn't tell any of my friends and family about this new business that I had started, and I really sought out my first hostess as somebody that I didn't know. Ended up booking a party with my across the street neighbor's best friend's mom, who I met at a little vendor event. She was a Pampered Chef consultant. She liked Trades of Hope, and she was like, I would really like to host a party. And she became my first hostess. Amazing, life-changing. Anytime you can do parties with people that you don't know very well, or that are in an outer circle of your circle of friends and acquaintances, it's awesome. It's especially awesome at the beginning of your business. So I booked a party with her. I did that party. I booked a party with 2 or 3 of her friends, who of course were in totally different circles of women, and my business was started. That's all it takes. It takes one person that you can then sit back, one day, and I love doing it now at parties all the time, is I sit there and I think, how did I get to this moment? And I can always say, well, I met Sarah at Sally's party, I met Sally at Julie's party, I met Julie at Mary Ann's party, I met Mary Ann at Rebecca's party, and that ripple effect totally occurs, especially when you're booking parties outside of your circle. So seek out, that's again why it's so important to pay attention in your day-to-day life. There's people around you all the time that could be that catalyst to a great ripple of parties and into networks of women that you've never even met. You just have to believe that they're out there. Honestly, not tapping out friends and family is so important just for your heart. I can't tell you how many times in the last 4.5 years I've seen women struggle. I've seen their business actually completely stop because they didn't expand out of friends and family. I had a negative direct sales experience about 12 years ago, and the reason that I stopped, that I quit, was because all I did was hit up friends and family, and that's not a business. Your business is based on real customers. So please, please, please expand out of your circles as quickly as possible. I cannot stress to you enough how important this is for your business and your enjoyment of your business, but also for the artisans. We are expanding the marketplace for our artisans, and it has to expand beyond our friends and family. It's so, so, so important. I promise you, people are out there. You are a booking magnet. People want to book parties with you, especially people that you don't know. Trust me. And a side note to that, when I really focused my attention on booking parties with people outside of my friend group, especially when I first started, my friends and family, because they're going to be the ones that are like, oh no, she started a business. Every time we have a conversation with Erin, here she comes. She's going to ask me to do a party. I let them off the hook. They realized that I was having success, that I was churning along in my business, and that I wasn't going to ask them. It was awesome. It gave them the freedom to then step forward and offer to host a party, or to never say anything again about it, which is great. Either way, I've been passionate about what I'm doing and focused on finding a real customer base, and I haven't lost any friends or family members in the process, because I protected them by really building a business which is based on a real customer base. All right, next topic. Being a booking magnet at parties is incredibly important. I believe that every single person who shows up at a party is exactly who is supposed to be there. I never, ever, ever, and I said this on the call 3 years ago, and it's still true, I never let a hostess get bummed out if it's a low turnout in her mind. I believe that a party of 3 people can be incredibly impactful. If each of those people book a party, you never know where that ripple is going to lead. If 2 of those people book a party and one of them becomes a compassionate entrepreneur, I mean, it's amazing. 3 people or 20 people can both be equally fantastic parties. So never be discouraged, and never let your hostess feel discouraged by a turnout that's less than what she expected. You have to be really positive and make her feel really good that her party is a success. Even if there's only 3 people there, it can be an amazing event. And of course, making your hostess feel good is hostess coaching, which is a whole other type of training that I hope you'll go learn a lot about, because it's almost as important to your business as booking, because once you have the parties, you got to be able to make them good parties by coaching your hostess. But that's a whole other topic. But when you and your hostess have a great rapport, people see that. The guests see that, and that makes you more of a booking magnet, because they're going to be like, oh, I want to have that relationship. I want to do a party with this girl. Oh my gosh, she's such a booking magnet. I mean, they might not actually be saying those words, but they're thinking, I want to do a party with her because look how much fun she is having with my friend, the hostess. So you got to build that rapport with your hostess. It's so important to being a booking magnet. And the most important thing to be thinking about as I'm saying all of these things about being a booking magnet, what that really means is that you are a world changer because you're creating a ripple through your parties, through these bookings that is impacting lives. The more successful you are, the more parties that you do consistently, regularly, the more sustainable the jobs are that you are creating with your business. Being a booking magnet really is about being a world changer. And so being magnetic and having people want to do parties with you just means that you have a greater capacity and ability to change the world with your business. Don't ever forget that. It's so important. I start out every single party presentation by thanking the hostess, by talking about the ripple effect, and by saying the ripple is going to continue because I'm going to ask every single one of you if you want to host a party. I have done that for 4.5 years, but definitely since I first recorded this call, I had continued to do that at every single party, and it is a great tool for booking future parties. We also have in our Hostess Rewards program that if a party gets booked, the hostess gets an additional half-priced item, which is a great little incentive and tool for you to use, because if people are like thinking about doing it and they're kind of not sure, but then they hear that it helps their friend get another half-priced item, that's usually the tipping point where they'll be like, okay, go ahead and let's put a date on the calendar. So use every tool that you have at your disposal and make sure that when you say it at the beginning of your presentation that you're going to ask every single one of the guests if they want to do a party, that you actually do that. You have to do that. To be accountable to that statement. Make it and then follow through with it. It's life-changing, trust me. When I first started, I didn't ask everybody if they wanted to host a party. I was being super judgy and thinking like, well, she doesn't look like she would want to have a party. Oh my gosh, like who am I to say that somebody doesn't look like they want to have a Trades of Hope party? I wish I could go back and shake my new compassionate entrepreneur self and be like, what were you thinking? But somebody else kind of shook me and said, what are you thinking? And it really helped me. They told me, well, what if you don't ask that person? And they were sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I hope she asks me, I hope she asks me. And then you don't. And then she's like, well, why didn't she ask me? And that completely blew my mind and changed my mind about the way that I approach asking people if they'd like to host a party. There's no judgment. I just ask every single person. And that's why I make that blanket statement, because when you do that and then you follow through with it, you never are going to hurt somebody's feelings because you didn't ask. I think sometimes we get caught up in like, well, if I ask, what is she going to think? Am I being pushy? No way. If you don't ask, you have the potential of hurting somebody's feelings. So don't do that. Don't be mean. Ask everybody. You never know who's going to say yes. So don't judge any book by its cover. I promise you. Trust me. People often say no to an opportunity because they just need a little bit more information. So even if somebody sits down at checkout and you ask them, would you like to host a party? And they're kind of like hesitating, don't be afraid of that. Don't run for the hills and be like, oh, okay, she said no. It really just means she needs a little more information. She might not know what it actually looks like. She might be looking around the house at the party that she's at, and her hostess has laid out, the chafing dishes and the buffet, and she's like, oh, I can't do this. Anticipate that. If you're at a party where the hostess has laid out a really fancy spread, anticipate sitting down at the checkout having to tell people that a plate of cheese and crackers is completely fine for a party. If they're nervous about their house, be prepared to offer an alternative suggestion. I have a wine bar down in my town that I've done like 7 parties at because people are like, I don't know, my house is small or my house is under construction. Great, we can do it at the Cork and Olive in the back room. Find an alternative location to offer, but don't be afraid of hesitations. People are busy and they just want to make sure that having a Trades of Hope party, or even being a compassionate entrepreneur, if that's the road you're going down, makes sense for their life. And it's your job to help them overcome those apprehensions, get the information that they need, and be able to put that date on the calendar. And one of the best things I do is book in pencil, because for whatever reason, people are much more, again, there's that tipping point of like, oh, I don't know. And then I'm like, but I'm writing it in pencil. And they're like, oh, okay. And I put it down on the calendar. So have pencils at all parties. You always want to have a pencil in your bag. Huge tip there. And just remember, your business is an art. I said this 3 years ago when I first did this training call, and it's still true today. Using your instincts, trusting your gut is the most important thing that you can do. Have compassion for people about having a party. You might be adding value to their life in ways that you would never possibly conceive of. Giving them a chance or a reason to host an event and get their girlfriends together. Maybe they just need that. It's a beautiful thing that you are doing for people. And when people have objections to it, don't be afraid of those objections. Be a problem solver. Solve the problems, the hang-ups, the apprehensions that people might be having about hosting an event, and show them what a beautiful experience it can be for them and for their friend group. It's really a special thing that you're giving people. And you can tell the difference between a no, like a real no, and like a maybe not right now no. So again, just trust your gut, love people, be compassionate towards people, and recognize that if it's a no for this person, it might be a yes for the next, and that's okay. You know, you're giving a gift to people when you share about Trades of Hope. I truly believe that. I have believed that for years now. If somebody hadn't shared with me about Trades of Hope, my life would be completely different. So be confident in that. Be confident that you work with an incredible company that is changing lives. And when you tell people about it, they're going to realize how unique and special it is. They might not want to do anything with it. They might not want to shop, host, or join, but they're going to appreciate the moment that they had with you, the smile that they exchanged with you, and you're going to be on their mind. And if Trades of Hope comes across their plate again, they're going to think, you know, that girl was really nice at Starbucks when I complimented her bag. She did give me a business card. Maybe I should dig it out of my purse and find it. So you just never know where the ripple is going to lead, and how your actions and your belief in being a booking magnet, and being a sponsorship magnet, and being a world changer magnet is going to, you know, the impact it's going to have on your life, on the life of others, and of course on the lives of the artisans around the globe. So believe it and own it. Speak from the heart, be sincere, and be a booking magnet. Go out there and change the world. You are a booking magnet. People want to book parties with you and change lives. Thank you so much for watching.